Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Hmong people that lives in the United States. Now, there are Hmong people that lives in various parts of the world, and there is a pretty big population of us in the US. That being said, for this video, I'm going to be talking about some general information of Hmong people that lives here, as well as where the culture is going. As always, I'm going to start this video off by doing my makeup first, which is going to be a Western inspired makeup look. Also, in these types of videos, I like to show cultural beauty by showing clothes that represents that particular region. And for this video, it is going to be the US. So I'm going to show you guys an outfit later in this video. I'm going to go ahead and get started. But before I do, I just want to remind you guys to go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It would really help support this channel out. Also, I upload videos every Friday, so I hope you come back and join me again. Without further ado, let's get started. So for makeup today, considering that I am doing a Western inspired makeup look, I feel like it would only be right if I did a slight smoky eye look, tiny wing liner, and big lashes. It really comes down to the lashes though, in my opinion. Anyways, this makeup look is definitely up my alley as I enjoy doing all three in my makeup routine already. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my base and I'll be right back. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette that I'm gonna be using today is gonna be this Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the volume 1 palette, and I'm going to be doing a coppery smoky eye look, so I'm going to go in with this color first. So in my last video, I briefly mentioned, wow, there's no pigment whatsoever. I mentioned Hmong people living in Thailand and the reason why they relocated there. In this case, coming to the US, it's pretty much for the same reason. Hmong people were persecuted and killed in Laos by the Lao government after the Vietnam War, so they fled to Thailand seeking for safety, and there they became refugees. Most of the Hmong people, about 90%, eventually relocated to the United States. So all Hmong people living in the United States are Laotian refugees or children of parents that were. When Americans settled Hmong into the United States, they were separated into different states. The majority of them were placed either in California, Minnesota, or other Midwest states. By 1990, there were approximately a population of 127,000 Hmong people living in the United States. Now there's currently 309,000, with 101,000 living in California and 85,000 living in Minnesota, the two states with the highest Hmong population. And St. Paul, Minnesota is unofficially the capital for Hmong people in the US because it does have the most Hmong people per capita in that area. And there is a pretty tight-knit community there as well. Also, the reason why there's so many Hmong people that lives in Minnesota is because the cost of living is a lot more affordable, there's more job opportunity, and apparently there's a better education there. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out so that the lines aren't so harsh. So life in the US for Hmong refugees when they first arrived in the late 1970s was very challenging for them. It was a new culture altogether, and adjusting to their new life was very difficult because there was a lot of culture clash. Furthermore, Hmong people are described as the least prepared refugees to have ever entered the United States. Not only were they illiterate, but they didn't know simple things such as what a toilet was or a light switch was. And that's because those were not essential things for them to survive when they were living in Laos. They were farmers that lived in a third world country. So coming from a third world country, now having to adjust to a highly developed country like the United States, you can imagine how difficult it was for them. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take this dark gold right here, bronzy color, I should say, and I'm just gonna put that right in the center of my lid. Of course, Hmong people had their way of life long before they settled in the United States. There are certain behaviors in the Hmong culture that are seen as normal, and they would not be seen as normal in the American culture. For example, in the Hmong culture, there is something called bride stealing, and that is where a boy or a man literally steals a young girl and he takes her to his house without really even knowing her, and then he presents her to his parents, telling them that this is the girl he wants to marry, and she basically doesn't have a say-so in it. More than likely she's gonna have to agree to the marriage, because if she doesn't, then it'll bring shame to her family. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some shadows onto the lower lash line right now. In the United States, if a male carried on this tradition of bride stealing, it would be considered a crime and they wouldn't get away with it. I have heard of some stories like this happening, but recently I haven't heard anything like this happening, and the tradition of bride stealing is slowly disappearing. This just shows the difference in culture clash between the American culture and the Hmong culture. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the inner corners of my eyes just to give it more of a pop. Another example of culture clash is the belief system that Hmong people believes in. Hmong people are shamanism, so they worship their ancestors, kind of like what Mulan does in the cartoon Disney movie. They call on spirits to help protect them, to cure them of diseases, and to ward off bad spirits. That being said, these belief systems are still being practiced today in the United States, and they use it as their primary source of, say, to cure a disease or something of that sort. And they do so by doing a ritual of soul calling to call the soul back into the body. They firmly believe that when the soul is ill, the physical body is also ill. In very extreme cases, they'll turn down medical attention, which is what the Western world does. You know, they either perform some type of procedure or give you medicine, and Hmong people will refuse it because they truly believe that this ritual of soul calling is the best way to heal the person. Though this still exists today, of course, it is slowly disappearing and being practiced less as Hmong people become more integrated into the American culture. And I'm just going to take a black eyeliner and put that right where the waterline is at. Now, those are just two examples of culture clash between the Hmong culture and the American culture. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take a liquid liner. This one here is by NYX, and I'm just going to create the tiniest baby wing. Alright guys, so I went ahead and finished up the eyes with mascara and lashes. Now I'm going to move on to the lips. For lips today, I feel like it's only right if I do a pinky nude lip. So for today, I'm going to be using this Morphe liquid lipstick in shade Virgin. Alright guys, I think I am finally done with this makeup look. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I have an outfit that I want to show you guys, and typically I like to show you guys an outfit that represents that particular region that I'm talking about. That being said, realistically speaking, there is no such thing as an American Hmong outfit, but there is such a thing as a Hmong outfit that is styled more modernly, that follows the American fashion trend, and I have an outfit that is just that, and I want to show you guys, so let's get to it. Alright guys, as you can see, I have the outfit on right now, and it is a little bit more revealing than the traditional Hmong clothes that you're probably used to seeing. Anyways, I do have on a crop top as well as a mini skirt, and both do follow closely to the American fashion trend. Also, if you look closely, the outfit is embroidered with the traditional Hmong patterns and designs that they are known for. Of course, I had to throw on a traditional Hmong hat as well as a neck piece to help complement the whole outfit together. So that is it for this video. I just want to say that as a Hmong American myself, I have to say that we have come a very long way in the decades since we've been here in the United States. For most families, it was very challenging for them in every single way possible when they first relocated here due to the culture clash. I know that this is true with my own parents when they first arrived in the late 70s, but as time passes, like all the other families, they are slowly adapting to it, and I cannot wait to see where the future takes us in the upcoming decades. All in all, I just want to say that regardless of what cultural background you come from, it is beautiful no matter what. Love it, learn it, embrace it. That is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next Friday.